What's up, guys? Hello. Happy Thursday. It's my day off, but I'm here. Well, I may as well be here, guys, because I'm doing my makeup anyway. So, may as well be uh, talking, shooting some shit, helping you guys out, giving myself a little therapy session by talking about whatever. So, first off, I sent an email out this morning about the live that I did the other day. You remember the live I did the other day when it was like all the stupid shit I did? Well, I summarized it into like 4 bullet points and I sent out an email today. So hopefully that helps. I used a nice little analogy at the beginning. So let me know if you got that. Second thing is today I'm going to talk about something that annoys me. It's annoying because it's unhelpful. That's why it annoys me. Like, I don't have a gripe against people that say this, but it annoys me. So I'm just going to go for it today. When you hear, if you watch a replay, hashtag replay, because I keep forgetting to tell you guys to do that. And then I don't know who's seen it. And if it's worth me doing these, like I could just do these in private and not help you. That would be cool too. So let me know if you're watching the replay. What is it that I want to talk about? There's one thing that really annoys, well, there's lots of things that annoy me, but there's one thing recently that I've seen, and I get it quite a lot when I ask people like, hey, what's your goal? Do you know what they say? To be healthy. And I'm like, great. I'm a health first kind of gal. What is it we're looking to improve? And I'm like, just be healthy. And I'm like, yeah, but what? Like, why? Just to be healthier. I'm like, you need to, hey, Butter, you need to have a why. Being healthier could mean like balancing out your, like lowering your glucose levels. It could mean lowering your cholesterol. It could mean decreasing your heart rate. It could mean getting fitter. It could mean improving mood, coming off antidepressants. It could mean literally so many different things. So it really annoys me when people say, I just want to be healthier, because that is not a measurable goal. And you guys probably have done a ton of work, a ton of courses where they talk about smart targets. And being healthier is not a smart target, right? I'm just saying as it is today. Being healthier is not enough of a goal. It's not good enough for a goal. If you actually want to get there, you need a more specific goal. So I know 2 people that have lost weight to be healthier. And that was like their core goal. And when we spoke about it, it was actually like one of them was to like, I don't use that words exactly, but it's something along the lines of, I want to like take the burden off the NHS, right? And so they knew that their risk of obesity comorbidities, so things like hypercholesterolemia, high blood pressure, diabetes, was increased because of their weight and lack of activity, because of their health. So they knew the health risks of where they were at. The second person that has succeeded by wanting to be healthy was someone who it was during COVID, and she didn't want to be in the at-risk category. So she was like early 30s, and she was upset, really, I guess, at the fact that she was one of the earlier ones that was called, to get their boosters and everything. One of the first ones. And she's like, I am 30. I shouldn't be one of these people. Like, I need to get my shit together. So the 2 of these have lost between 80 and 125 pounds each. Not together, like each. So they are both now much healthier. But the impact was they knew what the risks were if they didn't improve their health. So they were looking at things like, yes, we don't like BMI, but that's what the GPs use. So we were looking at BMI. We were looking at their energy, their ability to exercise and move. Yeah, Bushra, wow, you know one of them as well. I think you've met one of them. and you know of the other one, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, really, really amazing progress. But the fact was, like, they didn't just say, "Oh, I just want to be healthier," and I'm like, "Why?" And like, just to be healthier. They knew why. It was the impact, their risks, and they were like, "I do not want to go down this path, this route. I don't want to do it. It's too, I've got a life. I want to be able to live it versus just stumbling through it. I don't want to be on medication through the rest of my life. I want to be able to move. I want to be able to do things." And so it really annoys me when, two of them for sure. Uh, it really annoys me when people say that, and I think it's an easy cop out. And also, yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there today. I think it's also like sometimes it's an ego thing. Like they don't want to say, "I want to lose weight because I fucking feel like a fat fuck. I hate it." Like people don't want to say that. Do you know what? If that is your truth, say it. Right? I hate the way I look because I'm not having sex with my partner because I feel so repulsive. I can't remember the last time I looked in the mirror. I'm sick of running out of breath as soon as I walk up a flight of stairs. I'm tired of wearing baggy clothes in summer and overheating. I'm pissed off at being out with friends and not being able to do the stuff that they do and holding them back. I don't want to be that person anymore. Those reasons are way better than I just want to be healthier, right? You can hear the passion. You can't be like, "I just want to be healthier." Like that's not a passionate, it's not a problem, is it? Like you're gonna be healthier, which means that you're unhealthy. So what are the impacts of being unhealthy? What are you looking to achieve? So it really does bother me, in case you couldn't get it, when people use these like poor reasons, and then they ask themselves why they're unmotivated. It's like because you do not give a shit about your goal. You're unmotivated because your why, your goal, isn't strong enough. You don't know if you're hitting it because it's not specific or measurable. It's not timed. It's not smart, right? And I hate using smart targets. I hate them with passion. I feel like I've been like traumatized through CPD courses of using smart targets, but they are true. You can't say healthier because what is healthier? Why are you unhealthy? Defo had all these reasons. Exactly. Now look, you butcher. Strip it off in front of a photographer. Do a photo shoot. Badass. But that's the thing. Like the clients that do the best are people who are not afraid to admit their flaws. They don't pretend everything's hunky dory. They're like, "Do you know what? My life's a bit of a shithole at the minute. Like I want to do better." Instead of, "Oh yeah, I'm just okay. I'm fine. I just want to be a little bit healthier." No, we don't work with those people. We don't work with people who are satisfied with where they are or content with where they're at. We work with people who actually have a reason to change. Because guess what? Even when those people are not motivated, they're disciplined because they know the outcome of their goal. So it's really important to have that goal like set. And think about the other people. Now, what I don't mean by this is I gotta ask my husband if I'm allowed, because we don't do that, girls. But instead, think about the impact it makes on your life with your partner. So not, "Oh, my partner loves me as I am." Of course he does. Of course he doesn't think about any changes in your body or how your relationship used to be. I'm sure he doesn't mind they get unhealthy and decreasing your lifespan. I'm sure he likes you rattling around with all the pills that you need to take because you're unhealthy. I'm sure he loves you as you are, right? Oh, feisty today. It's because I'm in pain. Look, I haven't got my straps on today. Just in pain. I'm taking it on you guys. Healthy body helped me have a healthy mind and focus on other areas of my life I wanted to improve. Yeah, exactly. And so even if your partner does not approve, I would say do it anyway. If it's bothering you that much, whatever that is, right? It needs to bother you enough to make a change. If you're just like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Either you're lying or you are fine, in which case you don't need to change. So stop trying to. It annoys me when people are like, "I really need to lose weight." And then because they've got no reason, right? They just, "I want to lose weight." And then they get pissed off with themselves because they keep giving up, or they haven't got motivation, or they haven't got discipline, or they keep like going around in circles and falling off. Do you know why that is? Because you don't actually want the goal, which could be because you haven't defined a good enough goal, or it could be just because like deep down subconsciously your body doesn't want you to change. And you don't want to change. You're happy, you're fine as you are. That's cool. If you want to be fine as you are, absolutely nothing against that. You go for it. But if you actually want to change, you need a good reason to do it. I know someone that is in a job, and I've known them to be in this job for about 9 years, something like that. And every time I speak to them, they say, "Oh, do you know what? It's not really what I want to do, but it's okay." And then, like a few years later, it's like going to shit, and they're like, "Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I'm not really happy, but at the minute, we've just had like a refurb in the kitchen, and we've just had the doors done, so it's a little bit expensive. I want to like keep this job because it's safe at the minute." Okay. And then a few years later, it's like, "Oh well, the kids are still, I'll just wait until the kids are a little bit older, and then I'll look for a new job." And I'm like, "Mate, it's been nearly 10 years, and you've made excuse after excuse after excuse not to change your job. If you don't want to change your job, don't. But then also don't complain with where you're at, right?" And the same when it comes to weight loss. You don't want to lose weight or improve health, tone up, like whatever your goal is. You don't. No one is holding a gun to your head, right? Maybe a doctor might be like, "Yeah, you should lose a bit of weight." But it's no harm, no foul to them, really, is it? Whether you survive, in all honesty. Hey, Sam, we're just talking about goals and how like getting healthy isn't a good enough goal because it's not specific enough. And so, like Bushra has said, healthy body help me have a healthy mind. So maybe you're like, "You know, I'm just feeling stuck in a rut. I'm going round in circles with my whole life, not just with weight loss, right? Just the whole life is feeling a little bit like mundane, maybe, or I want to be better." Oh, hey, Teresa, it's early, Teresa. Um, or I'm just feeling so low all the time. Wherever it is, like if you're not enjoying life, I think that's a good enough reason to want to change. Job, partner, body, wherever. That sounds like someone who hasn't experienced health improvement. Oh, yes, that's a good point, actually. And I feel like I was saying this about journaling the other day. Like, I feel like journaling is something I never feel the benefit of until I'm not doing it anymore. And so the health improvement or the health benefit, you feel the loss rather than the improvement, if that makes sense. But yeah, a lot of our clients, as you know, Sam, feel much better because they feel stronger. They're doing things for themselves. They're committing to themselves. They're following through on promises. They're improving their well-being, improving their mental health, improving their physical health. They're doing all of the things that will give them a fulfilling life. But yeah, if you're okay with being fine, like in your job, same with a relationship, right? What if you're in this relationship, you've been with them for, I don't know, 10, 20 years, wherever it's been, maybe it's high school sweethearts. And obviously we've already got, yes, Sam, I was talking about that. I didn't name you, but Sam shared last night that she can climb upstairs without being out of breath. So she did like 4 floors, I think she said. And normally she'd be like hanging out of her ass, exhausted, like breathless. And now she's just like at the top, like, "Yeah, killing it." So well done, Sam. But yeah, like say you're in a relationship, not only have you got like societal expectations that you should be with that person and you should make it work, especially if you're married, right? You should. It's for life. If you it's called a failed marriage. It's not failing because you choose to take a different path. But let's say you didn't. You didn't change. You didn't change partners or leave or make a change. You kind of just stuck with where you're at. So you're in this relationship. It's been like 10, 20 years. You're not really feeling very fulfilled in life. You're quite miserable. You don't like spending time with each other. And when you do spend time with each other, you're sat on opposite sides of the couch. You're not actually talking to each other. You kind of coexist rather than live together. You don't do stuff together because you've got different hobbies or different ambitions or different lifestyles. But, you know, it's fine. Your partners are hitting you, so you may as well stay with them, right? And this is the thing, like people will stay where they're at because life is okay, or life is fine. They don't think about, well, what if? Well, they do, but in a negative way. What if I leave and I can't find anyone else? What if I leave and if it's a mistake? What if I leave and I have to stay single? What if I leave and I, you know, live the rest of my life alone? Well, let's be honest, you're probably not, you. What if I leave and it's, you know, ruins the kids, or they use kids as an excuse? Oh, I can't because my kids, you know, we've got kids. So, I'm sure the kids would be happier seeing you happy, right? I know if my parents were unhappy, I would want them to break up. Sounds really awful, but I would, you know, I'd want them to be happy together or separate. And so, if you want to be happy, you need to make the change, whether it pisses people off, whether it is hard, whether it is against societal norms or expectations, whether the other end is scary, the thought, the risk, you've got to do it. And so, what if? Let's go down that road for a little while. Oh, do you know, I've done my eyebrows. I'm going to get my eyebrows done. Oops, sorry, Liv. But what if? What if I leave him and I meet someone fucking fantastic? What if I leave him and have like an amazing life where I am fucking feeling myself? I love it. I love doing things on my own time, being wherever I want to be, laying things on the house and things not moving because I tidied them up and now there's no shit all everywhere. What if you had a life where you could do things that you want to do and without feeling guilty? Your kids are happy, you're happy, your partner, well, whatever. They're happy as well, I guess. But now you're living a life that is extraordinary, that you're excited about, that you're passionate about. You take more risks, they pay off. Then you take some more risks. And all of a sudden you've got this like good momentum in life. You're like, fuck, I wish I had done this 10 years ago, you know? Yes, I love my kids, but God, I wish I had done this 10 years ago. My life could be so different now. And so that is the same kind of framework that you want to use when you're setting goals. You don't want to just be healthy, do you? I want to be healthier. That's cool. Stop smoking. That's cool. Stop drinking alcohol. You be healthier. But that is not what you want. You don't want to be healthier. You want to have a life where you feel excited, where you feel passionate, where you feel like you can do anything, that you are in control versus your body being in control. That is the life that you want. Does anyone disagree with me? Does anyone want a life where it's okay? Does anybody want a life where it's fine? And you're like, well, it's not that bad, so I guess I'll stay as I am. Fulfilled. Yes. Bushra. Sorry, I'm like trying to strap myself at the same time here. So, anyone any good at this tape? Because I'm by myself here. So that'd be great. Someone could come and do it for me. But that's it. And the same, you know, like, no, I don't want that life. No, it's fucking boring. That's boring as shit. Like, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like when I was with my ex, I know this is not a weight loss thing, but when I was with my ex, it was fine. He was a nice guy. He you know, I'm not being nasty. He was a nice guy. He is a nice guy, I'm sure, still. But my life was fine. I had a good job. I had a house. I had a car. I had done my degrees, my masters. You know, like it's fine. I did all the things I was supposed to be doing. God, I was fucking bored. Bored as shit. I know that doesn't sound very nice, but I fucking was. And it took me a long time to pluck up the courage to be like, you know what, this isn't enough for me. And to go against what, you know, if my parents had been married for like 20, you know, 20, no, it must be 30, 35 years, something like that. Been married a long time. And so it's hard, I think, when you've got these role models, I guess, that suggest otherwise, that suggest like, oh, you should still be with that person, or you should, you know, carry on going out drinking. Same, sounds like my ex, maybe same guy. But Maybe. But that's the thing, like Bushra I assume, made that decision as well, where you're like, do you know what? This is fine, but I don't want fine. I want fucking incredible for my life. And like I say, it is hard when you've got these, other people in your life, and you should be grateful. There's always that. Well, you should be grateful. You could be single with an asshole, or at least you got a job. Those kinds of like, well, you should. It's like, what's the word? Oops. It's like emotional, not blackmail, is it? But do you know what I mean? Like emotional, whatever it is. So I'm just gonna try and figure this out. That's right. Teresa, same situation. Did not want to leave the relationship because I did not want to be alone when I turned 30. Took me a year, but then I met my husband a couple months later. Exactly. And now look at you. In smashing the weights, loving life with a chef. Someone will cook for you. So, this is not a drag on, or it's not a dig on people who stay in relationships. It's not a dig on people who are fine where they're at. Like, that's cool. If you want that, that's absolutely cool. Like, you do not need anybody's permission for that. But if you were then saying, oh God, I'm so miserable in my life. Teresa's got this amazing relationship and they do things together, and Bushra's got an awesome sex life with her husband, and I'm just sat here like, at least I've got some. You can't complain if you're not going to make a change, right? You just can't. So if you're going to make a change, you need to know why you're doing it. You need to understand, like should I do this right now? I can't. You need to understand the consequences of being okay, or telling yourself you're okay because you don't want to look like a failure in someone else's eyes. Or Teresa and Bushra probably experienced this, being afraid to tell the person that you care about that it's not working. And it literally is not you, it is me. Like that, having that kind of conversation where like, dude, like you'd be great for someone else, but it's not me. And it's a hard conversation to have. And I'm sure lots of people don't want it. And that's why they are still miserable. But you've got to do hard things if you want change. And if you're not willing to do the hard things, don't complain about where you're at, basically, is what I'm saying here. So, being healthy is not a good enough reason to lose weight. It is not going to get you to where you want. You need to understand your why. And that is my pep talk for the day. I bowed. That was my bow. So, guys, have any of you got any questions, any thoughts, anything like that while I continue to strap myself up? I've got a million analogies for these, so. Yeah. I think sometimes like health can be a bit of a thing. What have you done to your wrist? Bushra. All viable info, and I agree with it. Oh, thank you. What have I done to my wrist? So, in 2020, I think it was 2020, 2019, 2018. In 2018, I woke up one morning in December. My thumb was really bad, my wrist really bad. I couldn't hold a pen. I couldn't do this. And so I went to the emergency, not the emergency, the other one, minor injuries unit. And they were like, oh no, there's nothing wrong with it. And I was like, oh, can't hold a pen, something wrong with it. So then I had to go to like my doctor, and then I had to go to like have an x-ray and have an MRI and all this kind of stuff. And the guy was like, it's like musculoskeletal, like hand specialist. I was like, there's nothing wrong with it. And I was like it clicks all the time. Like, can't hold a pen, something wrong with it. No, there's nothing wrong with it. I was like, there is. So anyway, they said the next step was for me to have this surgery, like a keyhole surgery. So they go in, look with the camera and see what's wrong, and then they do a release, or you see, they kind of file something down or whatever the problem is through the little camera. I eventually got that appointment sent through in 2019, and then in 2023, last Christmas, I had a letter, because I waited like 3 or 4 years for this appointment. or longer, probably. I had this appointment letter that said, "You've missed your appointment. Now we've taken you off the list." And I was like, I didn't have a letter to say that I was going. So I phoned them and said, "I didn't have the letter." They're like, "Well, it was sent to you." I was like, "Well, it fucking never arrived. So can you put me back on the list?" They're like, "No, you have to go all the way back through the GP, and then you have to start the waiting list again, and so on and so forth." So that's what happened to my wrist. I don't know what exactly happened to my wrist, but I know that the NHS are not fucking helping. There we go. So I'm going to go private when I get back. It is rubbish, Bushra. It is rubbish because I'm in pain and I can't type. I can't text, because I can move to an extent. Like, look at this. This is my wrist mobility, normal, and this is my wrist mobility in the bad one. But that's like crazy. In case it like shakes as well, like it must be a nerve or something. But yeah, it hurts at my thumb, the knuckle. So I can't do this. I can't type, or like trigger thumb. And then there's like a little thing here called a snuff box. There's a little hole. You guys will probably all be able to feel the little hole there. It's called a snuff box. So the tendons in there are like they're like catching in the wrong place. They're not in the right position. And then that goes, pulls onto this muscle, which goes all the way up to the elbow. So that's basically where all my pain sits. They're trying to reduce waiting lists, but it's not supposed to just take you off without checking. Well, I know. So, and also, I'm just annoyed. Like, they were like, "There's nothing wrong with you." I'm like, I know when there's something wrong with me. And I know, guys, like we had this conversation with our clients last night about how they have to get through the desk dragons, which Sam has said. So the other Sam said that, desk dragon, which is, the person at the desk at the GP, the receptionist is the word I'm looking for, isn't it? Receptionist. I'm just going to put my fan on because I'm bloody boiling here. The receptionist is like a desk dragon, so it's funny. The repetitive strain. No, I think it's like some really weird name. I'll have to send it to you or something. I can't remember what it's called. It's like L Quindivius synovitis or something like that. That's what I think it is. My osteo said it was like the snuff box thing, which is part of it. But then, so like I get pain when I go like that. I'm not even going to try with this hand, to be honest. When I go like this and like that, that's when it hurts there. So that is the test for it. So that's what I think it is. So I have to go to the specialist, like the private, and ask them for a cortisone injection. I think that's the first thing. Maybe I'll see your consultant first, then I'll have a cortisone injection when I get back. And then after that, if it's still bad, I'll have to have surgery. Which is great. So I freaking love taking time off work, love taking time off the gym. Freaking love it. And the worst thing is, I've had to take my Whoop off this hand, which is where it normally is, and put it on this hand, which means I watch, because it can't pick up my heart rate drive, because I got this thing on. Which means when I watch, it has to go on this arm, but now I'm always looking for the time on this arm, and I'm like, that's not a watch. And then it looks stupid, because I'm like, so people at the gym are like, what the hell is she doing? Oh, God. So Cam's at the gym, clearly I'm not. Here, bitching about the NHS. So it's a hobby, it's a pastime for me, doing that. So that's it, guys. That is my jab of the day. Jab, jab, hook. Anyone read that book? Jab, jab, hook? Bushra likes a good book. I can't go to the gym because I've got a bad wrist. I also got a bad knee, which leads me to believe that I have some sort of, and now this elbow hurts. So doing my own Googling, I think I've got something like some sort of like autoimmune condition or some inflammation that is like really pissing off the joints, or hypothyroid, underactive thyroid. Some of these symptoms are typical of hypothyroid as well. Just walk. Yeah, we're going for a walk. We're going to walk to get my eyebrows done. I'm getting them not microbladed today, but I'm getting them what's it called, laminated and tinted. And then when I get back to the UK, I'm getting them microbladed or machine hair strokes tattooed. Not sure yet. Whatever she thinks is going to work best. But it is stunning outside. It's really nice today. Nice and sunny. Yeah, I think it's called like Jab Jab Right Hook. It's by Gary Vee. It's like a business guru. So that's it, guys. I hope you have a freaking. Oh, I've got an announcement on Sunday. If you're on the email list, you got an email. If you're not, you need to be there. You need to be on the list. Otherwise, you won't get. Fuck. It's okay. It's just my book charger dead on the floor. Right, but that is it, guys. That's my say so for the day. If any of you got any questions, let us know. Let me know. I'm taking the rest of the day off, even though it's now 1 to leave soon to go get my eyebrows done. And then we're going to. We're going to go to the cinema. But yesterday I didn't start. I started not feeling very well. I literally feel like my whole body's starting to shut down, which is just fantastic. Love it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. I will speak to you guys tomorrow. See you.